Hey guys, so the weekly special video this week is run technique. That is what I'm going to give to you. And I've just done a podcast on run technique that's available for everybody, but for you guys, you get the video. So key factors of run technique are posture, cadence or arm carry, and footfall. Where's your foot landing on the ground in relation to the ground and your body? So number one is posture. And the easiest way to test out your run posture, stand up as tall as you can, barefoot, and then just lean forward and put the weight into the forefoot. That's the posture that you want for running. So slight lean from the ankle through to the head, slight lean forward for momentum. Make sure that you're not looking too far into the horizon or that takes the body weight back. You want to keep everything in a nice line by looking more like around 5 to 10 meters in front of you. Maybe even less is good if you're in trails, so that you always got that body, the head sort of in forward momentum. So another thing while you're there in that position is to rock back into your heels and feel that you're not very strong, that your legs don't activate very well. So as you lean forward into the forefoot, you'll feel all those tendons, muscles from the ankle, inside of the legs, adductors, knees, glutes, everything fires up naturally when you lean forward into the forefoot a bit. So that's the position as well that you want your foot to land in. So when you're on your weight of your leg, this is where you want it to be, in this slight angle under the hips. So if you're landing on the heel in front of you and your weight is going into the foot there, when it's still in front of your body, that's causing you a lot of extra work, losing all your momentum. So what you want to do is be landing here, so that the weight on your leg is at the point when it's underneath your hip. So that you land, this brings to point number 2, footfall. Where do you want to land on your foot? You want your foot to land so that it may touch the ground just in front of you, but your body weight goes on it, underneath your hip, when you've got your momentum and body weight over it, not when your body weight is behind it. So it's only a matter of, inches here and there can make a huge difference in running economy. So you want to land with a flat foot, but the majority of the weight in the forefoot. But this is incremental changes. If you're a heel striker and currently wear a very built-up shoe, then that's a whole nother story. And we need to gradually try and get you down into a more lightweight shoe, because lightweight is more efficient. And the lighter weight shoes are going to be less supportive. They're going to offer more feel of the ground. They're going to be minimal drop, so less drop between the heel and the forefoot, which allows better activation of the leg muscles. So if you're walking around in high heels all the time, or run with your toes on the ground and your ankles locked, you don't get the spring. So let's do this second drill, is if you just jump up and down 5 times. You can see that took no effort, because it was my tendons, my arch and my Achilles taking the shock and returning that energy as a spring very easily and efficiently. Now, if I try and do that landing in my heel and then pushing off, you see how much more effort it takes. I've got to actually work the quads. I've got to push my legs to get off the ground, to get any momentum. I've got to really work every muscle. So it takes a lot more effort, and a lot different muscles are using. So you're going to get more injuries if you land in the heel, because you're not switching on and taking the load through the Achilles and the arch as a spring. So easy to test how much better it is to do forefoot, weight in the forefoot with a flat foot, than it is to do landing in the heel. And that matters by how you, partly the shoes that you use, and partly where you put that body underneath you. So next thing is arm carry and cadence, which are the same thing, one and the same thing. So what you need to be doing is taking your arms, if they're out wide and swinging like this, you're going to be taking a long time to move with each stride. So your feet will only move as fast as your arms move. So if your arms are wide, they've got to travel a long way, just like the outside of a wheel. Come on, duds, go over there. Go on, good boy. Just like the outside of a wheel that's rotating around, the inside takes a lot less time to get, it takes the same time, but a lot slower. It doesn't have to move as fast as the outside of the wheel to do the same amount of rotations. Same thing happens for running. If your arms are here, you've got to be moving your arms quite quickly with a lot of effort to move them at the same rate as I do if they're just here. So if I'm just here going tap, 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 you can see how much more effort it is if your arms aren't close to your body. So ideally around a 90-degree bend here, so that as you're running, your hands will come up a little bit in front of you as your hand comes through, so that they're close to that center line again, so that they're close to your spine, so that that centrifugal force is close to your body. So you're saving time by saving energy and being much more efficient. If your arms are low, just as bad as if they're wide. So if your arms are low, you know, they've got to travel a long way again, so that you're going to have a slow cadence, and every stride you're going to stand on your leg for a long time. Whereas if I'm just jogging slow, my arms are barely moving and my hands are just going up and down if I'm jogging slow. If I'm going a bit quicker, I'm putting a bit more effort in, they're moving a bit more. And if I was sprinting, they would be like powering to get that stride, to get that power, to get the speed out of my stroke, out of my stride. I would use my arms. So consider that when you're just jogging very slow, you want them to be barely moving. So you want them to be close to your body. You want them even hands just close to the center line, about here. You don't want elbows to be wide, and they're barely moving. So think about that for efficiency. The other key thing for efficiency is just being relaxed and just having relaxed shoulders and a relaxed neck. So that if you're running and you start to raise up your shoulders and your neck, you're going to start to take more effort to use and move your arms. I think, Jaime, I think we all just saw you. So I don't know what she's doing. So so there we go. Make sure that you are thinking about tension in your neck at all times and shoulders, because as you start to raise up, that changes everything in your body. Easy way to stay relaxed is to belly breathe. If you feel tension and shoulders rising, then belly breathe, and that will help lower them as you're running. If you can, nose breathe while you're running. If you've got good airways through your nose, it's a great way to stay aerobic and relaxed. So focus on your breathing, belly, nose if you can, relax shoulders. Overriding, so that's number 4, is just to stay relaxed. Number 1 is posture. Proud, but don't take your body backwards. Make sure that that head is all in alignment, in a slight lean forward. So maybe you need to take your sternum in a little bit. Don't have it running like that so that it's arching your back. You want proud, but don't push it out too much. Slight lean from the feet forward, arms in this position, close to the body in terms of this way and this way. So easy, relaxed cadence, fast cadence. Go for about 2 more than whatever you're currently doing for cadence. Just try to get 2 more strides per minute than you are currently getting, and that is a good target. Don't worry what number it is. Next, and finally, is where's your foot landing? So just try to get your hips forward. You can squeeze your butts every now and then when you're running to get your hips forward. That'll make your legs feel longer, and that will get your foot landing underneath you more. So if you're running squatted and not activating your glutes and your hips are back, you are going to naturally run and your foot is going to land in front of you, and you are going to have to stand on it a long time to move. So what you want to be doing is get those hips forward so that those legs feel longer, Dads, go on, move. And that you land more underneath you and not in front of you. So it's an easy drill. Every now and then, squeeze the glutes, push the hips forward. As they come forward, then get that lean and then relax the glutes, but hold that same position. So yes, every single stride you need to be thinking about what are you doing and cycle through those 4 key things: posture, cadence and arm carry, footfall, which is related to hips and not landing in your heel. And lastly, overriding all of that is to stay relaxed and enjoy it. Be relaxed, enjoy. Stop to smell the roses, stop to take stock of your tension mentally and physically, and just let a breath out and reset. Do a few lunges if you need to. Often, just doing a few lunges to open up the hips can make your running feel 1,000 times better in the same session within just a minute of lunges. And I recommend any other drills, such as doing a crossovers for warm-up. So this sort of one, up and down, where you're going across and back. So that's a really good one for proprioception, activating lots of muscles before in your warm-up. And do it before every session. And send me in some other questions about running. What do you need to know about shoe choice, about technique, and then anything around racing, any key little things. I have it all in my head. I don't know what you want to know, but send me the questions and I'll have an answer for you.